at that life wasted, assassinated for what? And you want Bundi Igbo. I gonna do one ya jojo. Kihene mani. Kihene mani. I get wusicho mani like this. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. And to all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder to say, if you've never subscribed, just to remind you to click that red button there that says subscribe, and after that click the bell sign. That way you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. So I'm just gonna, before I say anything, I'm just gonna read it exactly the way it is on the news. It's just actually a very short article. It just says a Nigerian big boy, Mark John Osigwe, known for living a luxury lifestyle, has reportedly been shot dead by suspected assassins. Mark was reportedly killed in Imo State. He is said to have recently bought an expensive car and house for his parents and was making plans to open it when the incident happened. One of his friends posted on Facebook and said, "Finally, my man is gone, John Mark. Why? My heart broken. Since I have been trying to wake up from this afternoon dream, but finally it's not a dream. Can't stop crying. Rest in peace, bro. Oweri have offended me." Those are the pictures of him there. He's quite young. Yeah, he's quite young. It's actually very short and nothing much was said about his age and stuff like that. I really wanted to share this just to make us think, especially those of us that are Igbos. Every story that I share it from my perspective and from my understanding. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves what is actually going on in our communities, in our, our locality, if I can use words like that, our community, our locality, in our world in general. I'm speaking about my village, okay? It may not happen in your village. I'm talking about my village. This happens a lot, okay? A lot of young boys get shot and assassinated for no reason. We don't have like gangland crime and things like that in my part of Igbo land, okay? Igbo land is big. I'm just talking about my part of Igbo land. We don't have that. But we still have a lot of killings. And how people know that these killings are assassinations is typically these criminals come and they shoot this person dead. Nothing is stolen. They don't steal the cars, they don't steal, anything. They don't take money, they take nothing. They just kill the person. In the part of Igbo land where these kind of things happen a lot, it's about time we have to start looking inwards at our problems, okay? I remember as a kid growing up, I didn't grow up in the village, we grew up in the city, and we used to go home for Christmas, very young age. I remember times when we went home for Christmas, my father would actually say to us, you can only eat at that house or that house or that house. Apart from these houses, you can't eat anywhere else because you can be poisoned. Imagine little kids being told this as little kids. I remember how hard it was. As kids that lived in the city, when we go to the village, the part of the enjoyment of coming to the village is the freedom that we used to have. And I remember, like, we grew up in Benin, and in Benin we never went anywhere. We were caged all the time. We lived in a massive big compound. We're not allowed to mix with anybody. We're not allowed to go out. We're not allowed to do anything. But when we go home for Christmas, we were as free as the birds. We used to enjoy the difference between living in Benin and living in the village. Our house in the village, our gate was always left wide open. We were just blown away at the freedom we had. You played with all the kids. I remember as a kid that when it's lunchtime, you ate wherever you were. You didn't say, oh, I'm going home to go and eat. You ate wherever you found yourself, But when these things started happening, my father would be like, no, you can't eat there, you can't eat there, you can't eat there. You can only eat in these places. It became very difficult that, it wasn't as fun as it used to be. The freedom we had was gone. That fear of, okay, there's somebody out there ready to harm you. It all came from competition. That other family is in competition. Which family is going to do better than that family? And there was so much jealousy and envy going on. And people were killing each other because of jealousy. That man's child has achieved more than my children. You become so jealous. This is what happened in my village. My village, I didn't say it's all of Igbo land. I'm speaking about my village. That other person's child is doing so well. All of a sudden, there's that jealousy. You just want to, just wipe them out, you know. Even in Nigerian movies, you know, in a lot of Nigerian movies, you see these things, you know. And I remember one of my cousins, my family and another family were really not getting along anymore. And I remember they called this, but this boy had a friend from that family that they've been friends from when they were little boys, and they were best friends, and no matter what everybody said, you couldn't split them. And this boy was like, that's my best friend, you know. And they were telling him, be careful, there's real enmity now between us and that family, be careful. And my cousin just didn't get it. He was a young teenager and he was like, that's my best friend, like we've been best friends forever. And long story short, my cousin actually got poisoned. He actually got poisoned. I remember clearly as a kid, because I remember my father brought him from the village and brought him to Benin. And I remember the day my father brought him, because we were living in Benin then, brought him to Benin because they wanted to take him to the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. My cousin was so different. I was like, why does he look so different? He had beards, like he was overgrown beards. He had not shaved. You could tell this is not my cousin that I remembered, but he was unwell, so he wasn't looking after himself. And then other thing I remembered was the size of his stomach. His stomach was massive. And I remember as a kid saying to myself, men can't be pregnant, so why does he look pregnant? And my cousin died. He died in University of Benin Teaching Hospital. I can tell you a lot of rich men that their children have been shot dead for no reason. Just because the family have become so successful, there's enmity between this father and that father, and people plan against each other's children. You know, not too long ago, this man's son that doesn't even live in the village, only came on holidays, he got shot. Like he doesn't even live in the village, so he can't even have an enemy. So an enemy of his father. Your bright and shining child is the one that's most likely going to be attacked, because that becomes like the biggest attack on you, because this is your bright light in your family. This is your son that is doing well. Like this boy I read about, he's successful. He's after buying his parents a car, build them a house. Most likely somebody that got so jealous just wanted to wipe him out. That is sad. And we have to look inwards. I know there are some of us that are like fighting for Biafra, fighting for all of these things, but no matter what we do, whether we get Biafra or we don't get Biafra, we have to also look at our internal problems. Even if we get Biafra, our internal problems will still be with us. You know, I'm not saying that this kind of things does not happen in a lot of places, but I think to a great extent, and you abundi why ga go one years yoku. N'ala Igbo ka ọ ka njọ. Ka ikwu eziokwu, n'ala Igbo ka ọ ka njọ. This kind of things, you know, n'ala Igbo ka ọ ka njọ. We can keep clamoring for Biafra, keep clamoring for all these things. I'm not gonna come here and say don't fight for Biafra, or that's not what my video is about. My thing is, anyị nwetara Biafra, anyị nwetaghị Biafra. Anyị na-egbusi onwe anyị onwere isi. A lot of my videos, I try to make people think. It's not because I know everything, you know. That's why I say anything to you think about, leave it in the comment section, you know, below. We cannot pretend we have no problems. We have to face our problems. In my village, for example, there are a lot of mansions, but they are empty. You know, we have a lot of expensive mansions and they are empty. A lot of the new generation don't want to come home because there is your, you know, ndiro from left and right. You know, ndiro that you don't even know. Ndiro nagi na ndiro na nagi, ndị bụ na-eme aji ha sef na ha, ndị bụ na-eme anything about them. Ha all gassy for nothing. That's why you come to a lot of Igbo land, like my village for example, there are a lot of mansions, but they are empty because a lot of the new generation don't want to come home. Imagine every single time you want to come home, people are telling you don't come, because people are afraid. Every single time that I go to Nigeria and I want to go to my village, I'm always told don't go. Like, what kind of a life is that? How are we ever gonna go home? Madu gari gide no wa, gari gide. I play no guy be di chicha no wa. Si kaya lazi ebo siri bia. Ona atu egwu. Ndi Igbo ka iju onwe anyị ajụjụ. Kaya lazi ebe ya siri pụta no wa. Ina atu egwu. Ila your own home. Ka anyị chee ihe ofuma. Anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo. Anyị ga na-ajụ onwe anyị ajụjụ ka ihe na-eme anyị. I get busi chicho like this. I get sit now busi chicho. Come to my village and see mansions upon mansions and they are all empty. Somebody from my place, right? This guy went to Cameroon and he lived in Cameroon for 10 years and came back home. That week he came back home. That week, bad guys came to his house at night. And this guy pleaded, his family were there, and this guy pleaded for his life. He said, take anything you want. Please spare my life. And they killed him in front of his whole family. They stole nothing. Nothing. Another woman that lived in America for years came back. She got killed. They took nothing from her. So mananso why you know why kanku. O kanku. Na Igbo ko kazinjo. Yeah? Na Igbo ko kazinjo ke ihe na-eme na Igbo. Yeah? Look at that life wasted, assassinated for what? How can, of all the places in the world, your own home, you're running away from your home? Ndị Igbo ka iji onwe anyị ajụjụ ka ihe na-eme anyị. Ka ihe na-eme anyị. Ka anyị jụkwa ala Igbo, jụkwa ala Igbo. Anyị nwere nsogbu. Ka anyị jụkwa obodo anyị. Ka ihe dị ihe nka. My own home. That is sad. I have a brother that lives in Lagos and he has how many children now? I think 4 or 5. They've never been to my village ever. Egu na tonyo wula. And it's not just fear for nothing. It's fear because of what has happened to other people. That's why everybody's scared. You know? That's why everybody's scared. My father has a very big house in my village. Nobody goes there. Nobody goes. What is this? You know, I saw this story and I said, I'm actually going to come and talk about it. And most of my videos, to a great extent, is to prick people's conscience, is to make people think, is to make people realize a problem that we may have. When I talk about black people or talk about our problems in Nigeria or whatever, I really want, you know, I really want us to be thinking more and more about the problems among us. Look at this boy, is wasted. And I can guarantee you that whoever killed him, is possible they do not have any personal vendetta against him. Most likely, they are not happy that he's doing well. I can guarantee you that. When my father died and we went home for the burial, we had to have police around to protect you in your own home. In our obodanyi, ulo anyi, ali Igbo ebe anyị siri bịa, ali Igbo ebe anyị siri pụta ụwa. Anyị ga na-atụzu egwu ịla ụlọ. Ị na-atụ egwu ịla ụlọ. Ka anyị jụọ onwe anyị ajụjụ. Nigeria niile nwere nsogbu, eziokwu na eziokwu na nwere nsogbu, mana anyị jizi aka ya egbusisi onwe anyị maka gịnị? Maka gịnị? Yeah? I just wanted to come here and make this video because I think it's becoming too common. It's becoming too common. And to solve our problems, we have to realize we have a problem, start talking about it, and start looking for solutions. Killing people for nothing, wasting human lives. People are saying we want Biafra, we want this. I'm not saying don't look for Biafra or whatever. That's not what my video is saying. My thing is this: if you get Biafra, how is it gonna be if people are even afraid to go home for Christmas? So how is our Biafra gonna be? Say we want Biafra, we want Biafra. Where is Biafra? Is Biafra gonna be home? Is it gonna be a place where I have to need security to come to Biafra? So how is the place home if you need policemen to protect you in your own home? I have a lot of Nigerian friends here that are Igbos, and then they go to the village and build a mansion, but they're only staying in Lagos, staying this and staying there. They don't ever go home. Is this how we're gonna do our Biafra? Is this how it's going to be? So fighting all these other battles out there when we have some other major battles that are big obstacles to our happiness. When I was little, everybody came home for Christmas. Everybody. Now, people don't come anymore. People don't come. People are afraid to go home for Christmas. I remember as a child, I will never forget how amazing it used to be. Christmas, everybody came from everywhere. When I say everywhere, because it was the time to see your cousins you haven't seen in a long time, your uncles, your aunties. It was the time to go, and I would say that was something my parents put in us from very young ages. Home is the village, and it used to feel like home. It used to feel like home. But now, you go home, everywhere is empty. When I saw this news, it really did hit me, and I thought to myself, I'm going to come here and make a video about it. My intention is to make us think. Most of my videos are just to make people think. Let's start asking ourselves questions. You know, let's start looking for solutions to our most basic problems. You know, how is home going to be home if you don't feel safe in it anymore? So let's start thinking about it, and I hope, hopefully, things will change for the future. With that, I'm just going to say thank you all for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye.
It's goodbye, friends, and goodbye. by force. Oh.